Welcome back to Can't Catch a Break. I am DJ and Dr. Charlene Johnson. Thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break on this lovely Thursday, August 14th, 2025. How everybody's doing out there? Yes, probably working, or some of you probably sleeping at home, or just resting, period. But I hope you're enjoying your day. Hope everything's fine. And we have a good episode on today. Yes, tell somebody, family and friends, and loved ones. Thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. Yes, we're here to speak the truth to facts. We're here to share stories, overcoming setbacks, and a sense of community. Remember, reminding them that alone and their own struggles, that this podcast helps those facing adversities develop resilience and transform challenges into opportunities for growth by sharing practical strategies, inspiring stories, and expert insights on building a stronger mindset. That's what we do. Yes, on Can't Catch a Break. So I do have a good episode. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. Yes, we do. Let me give a shout out. All right. And he's a we're powered by y'all, the one and only
Powered by Riverside FM.
podcasts. Yes, podcasts. Okay, so if you like to poll us, you like to subscribe, you like to just send a comment, feedback. We are more than welcome to, yes, to hear what you have to say. Yeah. Okay. Now, as we go on to this episode, it's a good one because I think when we see what's taking place from our own eyes, the weather, and many people they know something happening. And for those that don't believe in climate change, then okay, keep living. It'll show you how powerful it is. Climate changes impact our society in many different ways. Y'all know that, right? You know, I mean, drought can even harm the food production, human health. I mean, flooding can lead to spread of disease, death, damages, and infrastructure. We see what's taking place from all the hurricanes, Hurricane Katrina. There was a lot of different names it has. These hurricanes and what's happening with these tornadoes, how they're impacting people's lives, and how the climate change, how things are really affecting people now. Even as a homeowner, you have a home and flood insurance, and things of hurricanes wiping your home out. But yet the insurance companies out here, after three times, uh, they don't fund because most insurance companies say they're losing. So there should be a law against that, really, because if a homeowner is paying insurance, as long as they stay there, then they're making that company rich because uh, every year homeowners doesn't use their insurance on their homes. Okay, and y'all just covering just in case a fire or something breaks out. But then, yeah, we see some states are really not insurance companies are not funding people no more. So a person can have a house loss within instance. So when we look at things right now, how we see climate change affecting the lives of many. I just said about water, energy, transportation. I mean wildlife. I mean agriculture. You name it. These things, the flooding, the drought, the sea levels, even in Florida and New Orleans, those two states, when you look at how things are happening in Florida right now, the rise of sea level, even in New Orleans, those places that I see could be a landfill down the line, maybe if the world being existence 10 or 20 years from now. Um, I think those two, unless when it comes to man, they can only do so much. But when it comes to filling up dams and stuff for the water, because you see some of these, like New Orleans is under sea level, so the water is like a soup bowl. So I would suspect that they should be building levees and stuff, but evidently not in some instances because it's a place where people go and party. You see the different things that goes on down there every year. It's big, but yet the storms just keep coming down there, and even in Florida, the sea level there, the climate change, the ozone layer. We look at stuff like this, but we see a change that's happening at a great and a rapid rate. That um, how bad is let me tell you, when I look at how bad it is, um, there was like in 1982 I read upon it that there's more than three times the fast when it comes to the Fahrenheit, okay, the Celsius, uh, since 1850. It's about two in Fahrenheit and in total. So when you look at that, it's like by average of 0.11 Fahrenheit and 0.6 Celsius. Now that was back since the 1850s, okay, in total. But the rate of the warming since 1982, if you know about Fahrenheit and Celsius, you'll know how high it has the effect on the weather. It's more than three times fast than 0.36 Fahrenheit than 0.20 Celsius per decade. So we see the rapid change, how the warming, the heat, like the sun, that's a ball of fire. The sun is a meteorite, a big ball. It sits up there, nothing but nuclear. When you look at it, it reminds me of even more when it comes to that heat. And yet we see these changes happening around the world. And some people are not doing nothing about it when it comes to the ozone layer, when it comes to the rays of the sun. Some states, some countries ain't doing nothing about it when it comes to the flooding of from Florida to other states. They're not building no levees. They're not reconstructing no, um, you know, uh, levee mills, bridges. I mean, you name it. When it comes to walls, stop the water. You see some of them like in Minnesota right now. You see the damage on the ground. If you do research on that, you see that there's a lot of work needs to be done in Minnesota when it comes to that, and even in Florida and New Orleans. So if you watch TV, you watch the news, you'll see, and on different channels, you'll see how much is what this climate is doing right now. Even with the ultraviolet rays, how cancer is popping up, even from some people don't admit, but then when you get tans and stuff on the spa, you gotta be careful about that because it could do some damage to you. Read up on it. I ain't making this up. Okay. So when we look at the change, how it affects humans too. I mean, really. I mean, when people get when sudden rain comes, it has some people have um, illness and gastro, like diarrhea or arthritis, or in their body, nervous and respiratory system, and liver and kidney damages. When it comes to climate, because of the effects of the of temperature, the heavy rains, some people body is not able to absorb in a way where it won't affect them. Yes, read up on it. I'm telling you. And these are facts. These are facts. When you look at the climate change and the websites, they break more details about things. You just gotta read it. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not true. It is true. Um, and the living things. When we look at people living, when we look at humans and wildlife, when we look at the challenges of survival, when we look at the change, when we look at the frequent, intense drought, storms, heat waves, we see the rising of sea levels once again, melting glaciers. Look at the North Pole. Look at all that, the warming of oceans and stuff. Uh, things or animals can be harmed by. Okay, because most of your fishes and stuff is in the water too. Okay, so you gotta look at that. It destroy places they live. It wreak havoc. When you see some typhoons and stuff, when we see the shifts and earthquakes, this is what climate does. It's real, and people need to be more. These people with all this money and doing research, but not yet looking at the facts of what's really happening, putting off it's a dangerous thing because people's lives are going to be affected by it. Uh, we can't stop climate change. You can't stop climate change. This is the act of God. This is something, if you believe in God, I'm not here to force my religion on anyone, but if you believe in God, then this is the thing. He made the heavens and earth in the beginning. In Genesis, if you read the Genesis, the first chapter, it'll tell you who did. But this is the way the world is right now. Man also has something to do with it when it comes to that because all the gases and things, the radiation stuff, man has always tried to build or seek out new new venues to create things, and some things can be worse impacts on and then you look at um, the they say I often hear about greenhouse gas emissions. Y'all heard that right? The strategies of trying to bring carbon emissions down. I was reading on that like within 2050 or sooner is crucial because of what it does. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, y'all. It's dangerous. And the thing is, you want to try to if you get a building. Some people, um, I'm not good in this, but I know that I read upon that. The way you can do with emissions is it involves what fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gases. But um, and like with solar wind, I know those things you can do to improve efficiencies. Um, and like I say, like when it comes to building or transportation, more energy sufficient. And we see they selling things you can put on your roof to draw sun to heat up your house and all that, which is good. To try to get rid of all the gases and stuff. When it comes to the atmosphere, the carbon dioxides and stuff, and absorbing dioxide, that's pretty bad. And protecting the rainforest. The rainforest has some of the, plants that can heal. The rainforest is a place, where you can go. Most people don't say, but the rainforest is a place where you can get healthy stuff. See, now all the medicine and stuff and the vitamins and the fruits, everything has been cut into when you look at it. Do study up on it, read on it. So most of the stuff that you think you're getting is not so because stuff has been cut, but they'll tell you the FDA approved, but still, there's some things that they ain't gonna tell you. And we look at even in the new health person, Kennedy taking away pop and all that. But there's a bigger problem than that. It's not the pop. It's the medicine. It's the stuff that the FDA approve of, the side effects that happens when they say this can cure this, but yet you have 10 or 7 different symptoms that it can cause a stroke. It can cause you to have a heart attack, a nerve condition. It can cause you to have all that out that one pill that's supposed to be able to help you in areas where they say it does, from diabetes. So those things you need to look at. Some pills and diet, and also the dosage I learned, even by me taking pills, for medicine. You got to look at the dosage that you take because some of the pills they might give you, it works, but it all depends on how strong they are because some of the pills does have the stronger dosage. It might work on better than others, but might work on, better on some that need a lower dosage. So be careful when taking these pills because they're FDA approved. It doesn't mean that everything's gonna work out well. So take heed to this. And when we look at climate control, once again, I'm back to climate control. Um, when you think of and then like I said, when you think of carbon dioxide and all that's dangerous. Okay, when we think of why this stuff all matter for us, are we living here? The warming. I mean, very when it's the warming, the things that's happening is dangerous because stuff start melting. The North Pole, everything start melting. You start getting that in the water, Earth's gonna be flooded out because it got to go on because you have more water uh, coming to filling up like a glass of water than anything. So, but the thing is of taking back, being wise, is to learn of it. Is to learn of it. Yes, is to learn. Is to learn of it because if you don't learn of it, man, guess what? You will never know. You will never know if you don't learn. They're gonna tell you and listen because people have many theories and things, but read up on it yourself, okay? And watch the changes. Watch what goes on in this earth which you live in. You're gonna see about climate change because you read up on it and because you understood it. And when these things happen, you'll know what it's for. People panic and all. They will panic all the time when they hear something about technology or something's going to happen with the system's going to fail, computer's going to fail. People do panic. That's true. But at the same time, though, when you look at climate change, it's visible. It's right there. You can see it. You can see what's going on, what's taking place in the earth when it comes to oceans, when it comes to land, when it comes to tornadoes, hurricanes, when it comes to the temperature. Look at what's happening. Yeah. And we see the cause is very serious. The atmosphere, the gases, the planet, okay, all that. Okay, fossil fuels. At one time, they was not letting some of the sprays go in the atmosphere, you know, but now it's like many factories have, from the OSHA guidelines, what I see has been lifted on certain things. Yeah. So when you look at all this burning, all this coal and oil, it's burning. It does impact on the earth. Yeah. So when it comes to I'm sorry, I said stocking, livestock and cattle and stuff like that, um, and greenhouse gases, fertilizers, they use in agriculture it calls a nitrous oxide. Okay, so if we look at understand what that is, y'all look that up. So I give you some. I give you some research, okay? Because I read on stuff like this. Yes, I want everybody to read because it helps, young and old. Read, read. If you don't know something, ask questions. But at the same time, read. Learn. They got all kind of information out here and on the information highway. From if you don't understand on your desktop, on your computer, it can define things for you. Give you a better understanding if you can read. When you think of the cars and trucks and airplanes and the fuels, the gases, those are things that really, really is eating away the earth layer. So we gotta understand what's waste management, all the stuff they decompose from waste dump sites that has nuclear waste in them. There's places and we probably don't know, but in America, some lands have nothing but nuclear waste in it. And you see, hear about some people getting sick, because sometimes even around panels of electricity when they have the generators and stuff, because of the radiation, you know, those things affect people. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If you really look upon it, you can find it. So there's a lot of things that people have to be aware of when we live in the time we're living in. So I just say this: when population, when we grow, and economic development and consumption and patterns, it says then has increased from greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and it's warming the planet since then. Read up on it. I'm not making this up. I read. I read. So so realize when you see weather changing, it's an act of God. But also you can see where when it comes to environmentalists and people with money and power, you see where these things happen, where gases and things are released in the sky, in the atmosphere, poisonous, flammable, combustible, you name it. So pollutable, coal. I mean anything. So you know, so you see this happening more often now in the day and time we're living in. So and the earth ain't with it. Um, it cool. I don't know. Will the earth cool down? Somebody would ask me, will the earth cool down? Uh-huh. It's based upon the human activity and the glaciers periods. When you think about emissions and greenhouse, I was just talking about that. So we got to really pay attention to this. I know some people say, well, it doesn't really mean all that. Yes, it means more than that. Yeah. So, like I say, when it comes to warming, WARMIG, warming. I'm gonna let y'all sit in this. Okay. When it comes to fossil fuels, I'm gonna repeat this. When it comes to greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere and carbon dioxide, I mean, really, it traps more heat. It causes planets to warm. So it's just like something you shoot off like a rocket that has a combustion twist that stays there, don't move. So guess what? It traps in more heat. So I just wanted to share that. If y'all want to know, you look at meteorites and things. You see the breakage of Earth. Things are happening at a rate. Some stuff ain't being reported from overseas. So just be careful. Yeah, yeah. And in the long run, like I say, the Earth temperature going to continue to rise because of the climate system. The ocean absorbs heat. Okay, so a long time will be a cooling period if we be around. So I just want to share that with you about, do you see the Earth climate change? Yes, we do. I see it. You go to school, teachers should be teaching children, I mean, youngsters, teenagers, teaching them about this because one day they're gonna have to live it. And they're gonna have to see how this weather is during the spring, summer, winter, fall. You know, you know. I mean, spring, summer. I'm gonna say it again. I said it kind of fast, and two different: spring, summer, fall, winter, and then air the seasons. But the seasons have a level of uncertainty when it comes to tornadoes, hurricanes, heat, okay, all right, floods, all that. hmm So we just gotta be careful and do be wise in what we do when it comes to releasing fumes from cars, and they're gonna release, but you see all that stuff going up in the air. It's only trapping it, causes more warming than anything. And don't nobody talk about it, but I think anyone that's in leadership and people of leadership status, from our White House on down, should be fighting climate change in a way where people could, when it comes to floods, anything, they won't get washed away, or like in Texas and places like that, because they didn't have the support. It's all based upon politics when we see that. A lot of people could have been still living. So climate change is nothing to play with. It's not about politics, it's about people's lives. Young and old people will be living, we could be still living today if some things were in place. But we know it's the act of God, but He does give us the wisdom to do things to help others and help out in situations. Mm-hmm. So, well, I'm tell you, it's another one, y'all. I gotta go. Okay, you're gonna sit back and listen because I want to tell you something. You know what? Don't nobody know how long the earth is. Will be unlivable. Only know this is God because He created heaven and earth. I have a question. You know, uh, eventually down ain't gonna be long from where we're going. Earth gonna be a place of we can't live because the sun. But they say some say scientists say not for a billion years, right? But it could be sooner than that. The way things are going, but in about a billion years, we don't even know if Earth is going to be existing in a billion years. We all will be asleep one day. I'm not here to scare nobody, but we all gonna be asleep one day. We ain't gonna know nothing. Okay. But the thing is, we gonna wake up. And it's what you wanna wake up to. That's your choice. God gives everybody a choice. He's the judge. So it's your choice. But realize that this is all an act of God. This is what's gonna take place. You know, we may not be around, we're not gonna see it, but these things got to come. Earth, one nation under God will be one day non-existence. Mm-hmm. Some people got to come to reality of this. That so, see, it's climbing here. This climate here is going to change a lot. And it's about the wars and stuff. If the climate comes in before the wars, when it comes to that, this earth won't be unlivable. Who knows? We don't know the day of the hour. We don't know what time the Lord. We don't know when God's coming back. But when we look at the ocean, we look at the we look at the magnetic field, the sun rays. When we look at that, all that climate change, the regions, the formations of things. Okay, I see the sun is increasing its brightness. So that means that sun gonna get hotter and hotter than what it is. It's because of the green stuff, the fossil fuels and stuff. But see, man could do something. They got billions of dollars to help fight it. But like I said, but at least you'll have a chance to just live on this earth if God don't come back longer. It's up to the people with the money, those politicians and those to make decisions, like from California and places that easy right now been burned down with the heat. I mean, it's a lot of things taking place. But I just want to share that to someone because there was a question asked about climate change, about seeing it on Earth. That's it. Like seeing this happening on Earth. It's climate change and how it's affecting your life. How it's affecting everyone. How it's affecting everyone. It's affecting a lot of people now. But we pray for our young and old. We pray for the people that don't understand. And for those that's been misled, we pray that they don't be misled. Because climate is true. Climate is real. Change is real. Nothing among the billions of dollars you got, you can't stop climbing. So thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. I'm DJ and Dr. Shar. Thank you for listening to Can't Catch a Break. Please listen to us daily. I'll be on here and we discuss issues that affect us every day of our life. No one is an island. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Remember that keep your head up, you can make it. You are destined to win. Yes. Fear. Don't let fear rule. Don't let failure be an option. Don't let failure be an option. Keep your head up. We all can make it together. With this unity to our strength. So remember, share with people about climate change. It's real and it's happening as we speak. Thank you for listening. Can't catch a break. We'd love to you to subscribe. Your feedback is very important. I want you going to talk. You want to debate? Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. We're ready. Then Dr. Shaw. Thank you all. Have a good day. A good afternoon. A good evening.